Looking good.
We live?
Yeah.
Wow, what a background that is.
Who's
Oh my gosh.
this?
That's the new me,
Who's that?
the guy I never want to see again.
I gotta lean really far to the left to get
Yeah,
all the gut in there. Look at that difference.
it's crazy. I
That's
mean,
a small amount of lean, big lean. Look at
somebody said to me, it looks like the guy on the left ate the guy on the right.
that. Oh my God. Drastic changes, man. Amazing. Today, we're just going to talk about your experience. I'll ask you some questions. Should be pretty straightforward. Let's just start with how much you lost over the past 8 weeks after you say your name and your age and what you do, just a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Michael Katz. I'm an NFL sports agent. I'm 38 years old. I live in Miami Beach, Florida. Started Gutless 8 weeks ago, and I've lost 44 pounds. I started at 254 pounds, as you can see, and I'm down to 210 pounds. I still have a long way to go, and I look forward to continuing the program.
Amazing. And can you talk us through some of the reasons why you signed up? What was your mental state, where you were at from a day-to-day kind of existence basis? Can you just talk us about what life before Gutless was like?
Yeah, I'm in a arena of a stressful career, working with athletes, working with a lot of unknowns. I had been working on a large contract with my brother and partner that we didn't know was going to get done or not, and a lot of that depended on our future. So I was relying on, just my way and eating and working out here and there and going on a quick diet and seeing if that would work. And nothing was working. And I was just continuing to gain weight. And not only was I just physically a mess, mentally, it started to really tear into me because I wasn't feeling good about myself. I wasn't fitting in clothes. And where I really had a, come to Jesus moment was basically when I negotiated a large contract and we were having a press conference for one of our clients, and I couldn't fit into any suits. I had to bring like 13 suits with me for this press conference, and none of them would fit. And I said to myself, I'm never going to put myself in this position where, now my weight and my personal, eating habits are getting in the way of my career, getting in the way of my relationships with people around me. If I'm not happy with me, I'm not going to be good to others. So I saw my good friend Danny Marto made a huge transformation. I gave him a phone call and I said, what did you do? I mean, you look great. And I looked at him and I said, that's me. Now look at him. So how do I get to the new him? And he said, let me hook you up with Gutless. Let me hook you up with Coach Bryce. And the rest was history. Thank God.
Nice. And yesterday you had your 38th birthday. Talk us through what you feel like today. What are the major differences in your day-to-day and kind of just how you're feeling mentally and physically and otherwise?
It's been great. Yesterday, just so crazy how life works that the day our 8 week program ended fell on my birthday. And I said to myself, imagine if you hadn't done this 8 weeks ago. Imagine how crappy this birthday would have been. Imagine how, I wouldn't have wanted to do anything. I wouldn't have wanted to go out to dinner. I wouldn't have wanted to be in a social setting. I would just want to kind of, be alone and figuring out how I'm going to dig out of this hole and look the part and be able to, walk out without people saying, wow, you got huge. Now it's, wow, you lost a lot of weight. What did you do? You look great. And it's so cool. It was one of my best birthdays because, at the end of the day, everybody goes through tough times, no matter who you are. And I was going through a tough time. I was, stuck on the eating and wasn't working out and didn't have any motivation and didn't have anybody pushing me. And this program helped me get out of that funk, got me on a better path. And I was accountable to a lot of different people, most of all myself. And it was very successful. So it was a great birthday. I can't tell you how many people have been complimenting how I look, are in shock what I used to look like when you look at that before and after. it's crazy. I mean, I'm just like, and I still have a long way to go. So I'm saying to myself, how did I ever get to that point? And, you know, that's rock bottom right there from a physical standpoint of obesity for me.
Well, you really put in the work, and we had varying degrees of results. For the guys that put in the work, did you see drastic results out of your teammates as well?
Yeah, what's cool is what a great group of guys. Everybody has different personalities. There's some people that are introverted, there's some people that are extroverted. I'm somebody that's outgoing, the life of the party. And I said to myself, when you start this program, just be a leader. Be somebody that is going to be, full of positivity. I think I came in weighing, one of the guys that weighed the most. And I said to myself, I'm just going to do this every single day. I'm going to be consistent with it. I'm going to be front and center. I'm going to show, myself and everybody around me that if I can do it, you can do it. And that kind of, the pressure that I put on myself to make sure that, whatever I say I was going to do, helped me actually complete the task at hand. And it felt good knowing that others were watching me, and it felt good uplifting others. There was a couple guys in the group that at times they were kind of, feeling a little timid and didn't think it was, going, and then identifying, besides everything coming from you, it was good for me to help somebody else that actually needed it. And, I gave somebody some advice, and within a week and a half, they actually changed. And it was just cool knowing that others are looking up, at me as well, like I was looking up to a lot of other people. And the camaraderie is phenomenal. To meet people for, 8 weeks ago, I feel like the bond alone with the group was just so personal and intimate.
Yeah, I'm reading this book right now. I posted about it earlier today. It's getting killed by my background, but it's called The Border Trilogy. And within the book, there was a passage about pain and how nothing bonds people together faster and more permanently than going through a time of pain, having a common enemy, a common goal, having to sacrifice, and coming out the other end of the journey, the struggle, the battle victoriously. And, I don't coach guys one-on-one because it's just not as effective. Like you said, and I thank you for acknowledging me as a coach, but there's only so much I can do as one guy. We say 5 fingers make a fist. And that goes for coaching as well. I'm one person at the end of the day, and the strength really is in the gang. So it really does take guys like yourself stepping up. And I was fortunate to have a few guys within this class who are more extroverted and outspoken and ready to fucking get in there, mix it up, do the work, and inspire others. That really helps out a lot. And so I like to think that this program kind of reawakens that within men. It gives them a platform and a forum to reawaken the warrior, the leader, whatever you want to practice from a virtue standpoint. You can practice it within the challenge. You took full advantage of stepping into that leadership role. You won the MIG Award, Most Inspirational Gangster, and congrats on that as well. And what would you say to guys about the ways in which you can use the program most effectively? You saw some guys go through it quietly. We had a couple guys, this is unprecedented, but we had one guy who just didn't show up and he still lost 37 pounds. But that's not really what the experience is all about. So what would you say to guys with regards to the best way to get the most out of Gutless?
Yeah, I think, when you want to make a lifestyle change, you got to have laser focus. I put Gutless on the number one priority list of what it was going on in my life, because I said to myself, if I'm going to be that guy on the left, then that guy on the left, that guy on the left is not going to continue to be happy. That guy on the left is not going to meet the woman of his dreams. That guy on the left is not going to be the best sports agent that he can be. That guy on the left is not being the best family member. That guy on the left is not being the best agent to his clients. So I needed to be a better person to myself. And part of it is having a support system, guys that there was, other people in my field. There was a lot of successful people that joined this group. It was a common goal for everybody to push each other, to help each other, to talk through it, to go through the daily woes of life, and be able to say, hey, we all got one common goal. It's to lose the weight. It's to create better habits. It's to create a better lifestyle. And because of the way you've structured this program, it's very, very successful, and it's very simple, and it's put in, you build a great matrix of how to eat, what to eat, why you're doing it, the science to it. And then most of all, everybody's going to go through a day where you may slip up a little. And when you slip up, you got to fess up. And when you fess up, people will help you with that, and you get back on track. Really, I was in a deep, tough place, and I didn't think I was going to be able to climb out of it. But really, if you get the first day going and you sign up, and then you get the first day under your belt, and then the second day, and then the third day, it's like riding a bike. You just got to get that momentum going. And I originally was in such a deep hole that I just wanted to lose 30 pounds. And once I started Gutless and I started losing, I think in my first week, I lost, 14 or 15 pounds. And I was like, okay, we got something going here. So that's when I changed my G target to 55 pounds. And I wanted to get down to, 200. So really, with your help, with the group's help, it's a recipe for nothing but success, as long as you have the focus and you prioritize yourself to do this 100%.
Thank you. And so would you say this is a lifestyle change for you, or do you see this as a kind of a fad diet? You lost the weight. I'm sure you've lost weight before, probably not 44 pounds in such a short amount of time. But really, my measure of success is long-term results. And do you think this is a sustainable diet that you can stick to, rather than something that you're going to just kind of throw to the wayside and go back to your old ways?
Absolutely. I mean, this took a lot of hard work. This took a lot of dedication. This took a lot of sacrifice. And I don't ever want to take all the hard work, the work that you put into this. And one great thing about you, Bryce, is you don't do this for the money. Everybody knows this. You do this because you get so much out of helping people. Stories like this, results behind you, is what is your fuel to your fire. And, I can't just keep going back and forth. It's not healthy. Physically, it'll take a toll on me, and mentally, it'll just destroy me. So this is a lifestyle change. Scott Paskoff, who came in here, had a heart attack before he came to Gutless. I don't ever, God forbid, want to be in that situation. I don't want to take it that far where I have to have that type of, life lesson. So I'll use guys like him. I'll use other people that are going through tough times, that don't have the best health. I'm ahead of the game. I'm healthy. So why would I ever want to put my health at jeopardy again? Is it easy to go off course? Is it easy to drift? Absolutely. But I now know that Monday through Saturday, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be, not doing what I used to be doing. I'm going to be cutting out the sugar, cutting out the carbs, things in moderation, and most of all, getting at least a 30-minute sweat in every day. I think exercise is key. I think it helps you mentally, and most of all, will help you physically, as long as you're mentally healthy.
Amazing. And would you recommend Gutless to your friends, family, and people you care about?
Yeah. My father, he's 72 years old, and he's been just astonished by what I've done in the past 8 weeks. And, it's genetics. Like I was born big bone, and, we like to eat. We're foodies. So where's the equal, so I've told my dad about the program. Hopefully you can create a program for guys that are a little older in age, where you can figure out how to apply this to them without it, affecting their health. But anybody and everybody that's going through a tough time, that's heavier than they should be, that has tried everything in the world. I've tried Dr. Atkins, I've tried keto, I've tried South Beach diet, all these diets, all of this, that, a trainer I had for 4 or 5 years. my pattern is to binge doing well and then to go back. Binge doing well and then to go back. But this is a platform for a lifestyle change. This will help. I know that if I ever, go backwards, I got guys that I can call, I can talk to. The way you've set it up, in my opinion, is perfect. And yes, anybody that is a part of my life that I care about, I 100% will be sharing my story with them and hooking them up with Gutless.
So we got pretty much everything you could possibly want out of a gutless glory story in a very short amount of time, because you're a guy who is very concise with your words and big personality. You showed up amazingly throughout the course each and every day. Appreciate you. The last thing I'll have you say is, I'm Michael Katz. I lost 44 pounds with Gutless.
I'm Michael Katz. I lost 44 pounds with Gutless, and this program rocks.
5 fingers. Make a fist. Love you, brother.
Love you too, Bryce. Thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart.